Jamal. Jamal. Jamal.
Burn live, what it do, what it do, what it was, what it ain't, what it can, what it seems, what it bees, all them things. How y'all doing? Welcome to another Burn Live song where we burn through conversation, trying to ask y'all some common sense. Uh, that was one hell of an intro. I kind of like that one. We was in that mug. Okay. Face ass. What's up? I'm your host Capiche with my lovely, beautiful assistant April O'Neil, the first reporter ever in New York City back in 1672. She founded the Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah,
Ain't that
April, you funny.
right? Ain't that what happened? Not this. Hold on. Oh well, actually, I need to do something real quick. If y'all give me 2 seconds, we'll be right back. Cause hold on. Okay. So I was doing right. I was doing right. It's a mic. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, the green still pop up because it's the what's happening. They can't. Oh, yes, they can. And we are back. Okay, so yesterday we had a very interesting conversation where I was talking about things that we consider wrong that America seen as right. And we had a person 7 days, which the biggest controversial person on my show came up here and over exaggerated some stories about other things that were partially true, but I cannot deny some of the things that he said were true, but yet again, some of the things that he said was a little far fetched. Did Christopher Columbus come over here and discover America like America was never discovered? No. What he did was he came over here and discovered land that was uncharted, and therefore he discovered it for his homeland to claim independence. So yet again, I found these videos to explain more, just a little bit more of the situation, especially Christopher Columbus, just his side of the story, what he did and what he came from. And I think this is important because yet again it clears up what I'm saying from yesterday when I was talking about how, some people want to exaggerate the story. You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice if people just stuck to just maybe the truth of what happened. Like, oh my God, 90% of a land, when this land was populated by more than one country, it's just like, okay, so did we just knock out a whole three countries in one land? Like, you know what I'm saying? And when you ask questions like that, getting deeper into the ram and thick of things, that's where you get to question people's standards and what they think. So without further ado, I do want to play this quick little video to go over Christopher Columbus and what happened in the history and where they came from and how they discovered America.
He called the new land Vinland, meaning land of wine or land of meadows. Historians believe Vinland was in Newfoundland, Canada, near what's now L'Anse aux Meadows, where Norse settlement ruins have been found and carbon dated to around 1000 CE. The Norse only stayed a few years. The environment was harsh, supplies were scarce, and relations with local indigenous peoples were tense. They abandoned the site and returned to Greenland, leaving no permanent colony, and they forgot to tell anyone in Europe about this site. So yes, Vikings discovered America first, they just didn't go viral. Centuries later, Europe had an obsession: luxury. From as early as Roman times, merchants followed the Silk Road, a trade network connecting Europe to India and China. Asian goods were seen as symbols of wealth and status in Europe: silk for clothing, spices to flavor and preserve food, porcelain for delicate dishes, and perfumes. Spices like pepper, cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg were especially prized because they were scarce in Europe and could make bland food flavorful or preserve meats. By the 1400s, Europe was hooked on Asian imports but broke from paying for them. Asian markets historically had a trade surplus with Europe, meaning Europeans imported more goods like silk and spices from Asia than Asia imported from Europe. To pay for these goods, Europeans had to send gold and silver to Asia, causing a drain on Europe's gold and silver reserves. Gold and silver were flowing out of Europe faster than tax collectors could count. In 1400s, Asia was probably the wealthiest and most economically powerful region globally, with advanced civilizations, large nations, and dominant trade networks. Then, in 1453, disaster for Europe. The Ottoman Empire captured Constantinople, modern-day Istanbul. Suddenly, Muslim traders controlled every major land route to Asia. That meant new taxes, middlemen, and high prices. So Portugal said, "Let's sail around Africa." Spain said, "Let's sail west and beat them there." The rest of the earth had been widely accepted since ancient Greece. By the time of Columbus's voyages in 1492, European scholars were well aware of the Earth's spherical shape. The observation of Earth's curved shadow during lunar eclipses was a key early clue that helped ancient Greek thinkers, especially Aristotle, conclude that the Earth is round. Enter Christopher Columbus, born around 1451 in Genoa, modern-day Italy. The modern country of Italy didn't exist until...
So, first of all, we just went in history before Christopher Columbus was born and what was going on in those times before he got to discovering the seven seas and all that. It's really going to go into not too depth, but just give you a small little history lesson, not like how I guess 7 days, like that ain't real history. Shut up. Ha ha.
Till 1861, the peninsula was a mix of kingdoms and republics like Venice, Florence, and Naples, each richer and prouder than the last. Genoa was a major seafaring and trading city, so it was common for young men to go to sea. By his teens, he was sailing merchant ships around the Mediterranean. He learned navigation, astronomy, and how to not fall off a boat. By the 1470s, he'd sail to Portugal, England, and maybe even Iceland. He married into a noble Portuguese family and gained access to secret maps and exploration gossip. But Columbus had one big idea: sail west to reach Asia faster. Scholars in this time were debating wasn't the shape of the earth, but rather its size and the feasibility of finding a new route to Asia by sailing westward. Columbus underestimated Earth's size, which is why he thought he could reach Asia by crossing the Atlantic. If the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans were connected, making the ocean and Earth much larger than estimated, Columbus and his crew would probably have not survived such an extended journey. The combination of extreme distances, limited provisions, dangerous weather, lack of navigational knowledge, and the absence of stopping points like the Americas would have made the journey too dangerous. Columbus would have likely turned back early, or he and his crew would have succumbed to starvation, dehydration, disease, or mutiny long before reaching Asia. He wasn't noble, but he was ambitious to prove the earth was smaller than they thought. Columbus was part of a much bigger European race for exploration and trade. Many explorers, especially from Portugal and Spain, were trying to solve the same problem: how to reach Asia faster and more safely, to gain access to valuable goods like spices, silk, and gold. For years, he pitched his idea: let me sail west to reach Asia faster. Less danger, more profit. Portugal said no. England said no. France said, who are you? But in 1492, Spain's Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand finally said yes, after winning the last crusade against the Moors in Granada that same year. While not a nobleman himself, his experience, persistence, and connections eventually got the attention of the Spanish crown, especially Queen Isabella. In the world of seafaring, practical experience mattered more than noble birth. A faster sea route would mean more profit.
So dude started in Colombia, went all the way to Spain to get permission to sail the seas, to go try to discover America.
Fewer taxes and less reliance on Muslim traders. Christian Europe and the Muslim Ottoman Empire were rivals. Many Europeans wanted to undermine Muslim control of trade and expand Christianity.
This is another thing I didn't get deep into, but I want people to understand that it was the religious trade, the Muslims versus Christians. That's deep when you're talking about trade, when you're talking about people and the effect of what they're trying to accomplish. Especially we talking about in this time.
Some, like Columbus, also hoped to convert Asians and find allies against Islam. Before Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand of Spain agreed to fund Columbus's 1492 voyage, he asked for and got very generous terms in exchange for taking the risk of exploring unknown lands. This agreement gave Columbus the title of Admiral of the Ocean Sea, a high-ranking naval title, governorship, viceroy, over all lands. He discovered 10% of all riches, gold, spices, trade found in those lands, the right to pass on his titles to his children. Spain gave him ships, a crew, and one big dream: to reach Asia before anyone else. On August 3rd, 1492, Columbus set sail from Palos, Spain with 3 ships, the Niña, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Weeks dragged on. The crew grumbled. The food rotted. Some whispered, maybe the earth is flat and we're about to fall off. But then, on October 12th, 1492, a sailor spotted land. Columbus had done it, only he hadn't reached Asia. He landed in the Bahamas, part of the Caribbean, home to the peaceful Taino people. But Columbus said, perfect, these must be the Indies. And that's how the word Indian got attached to the wrong people for centuries. Long before Columbus, millions lived across the Americas. Their ancestors had crossed from Asia over 15,000 years ago via the Bering.
Yet again, this is the part where we're saying we never want to sit up here and say we deny that other people were on certain lands at certain time. This is proof that we're trying to say that, listen, here you go. Here's the other Mexicans or I can't even say the word. Indigenous people, native of the land of the people. These are more of the people that have stayed on the land.
Bering Strait when it was still frozen land. The Bering Land Bridge was a strip of land between Siberia and Alaska, formed by glaciers that allowed animals and early humans to cross to North America. After the Bering Land Bridge was submerged by rising sea levels at the end of the last ice age, human populations in the Americas became isolated from those in Eurasia and Africa for thousands of years. This separation led to the development of distinct cultures, societies, and biological adaptations on both sides of the globe. While these groups remained biologically the same species, Homo sapiens, their long-term isolation created what some describe metaphorically as two worlds: the Old World, Europe, Asia, and Africa, and the New World, the Americas. They built cities, traded across mountains, and farmed rich lands. While Europe was chasing gold, they were cultivating corn, cacao, and balance. Columbus returned to Spain in March 1493 a hero, bringing parrots, cotton, and even a few captured Taino people as proof of success. He called the islands lush and filled with riches. Spain was thrilled. This voyage kicked off what historians call the Columbian Exchange, the global swap of goods, ideas.
This is what you was talking about, April. Okay, you're gonna put her down there until she come on back.
And diseases. Europe got tomatoes, chocolate, corn, and tobacco. The Americas got horses, pigs, wheat, and smallpox. By the 1500s, diseases had wiped out up to 90% of indigenous peoples in the Caribbean. And rumor has it.
April. Hey. Okay, y'all. Now, 7 Days said 90% of the people got killed in America. And this says 90% of people got killed in the Caribbeans. AP. Okay, I'm gonna put you down. This is what I'm talking about, where a person get their information mixed and confused, and they're not getting the proper information. Now you just heard 90%. When I said that's not 90% is what happened in America, and you just heard witness say diseases took out 90% of the people in the Caribbean islands, not America.
Europe may have gotten syphilis in return, so technically everyone got something, just not what they wanted. In 1494, Columbus returned on his second voyage, this time with 17 ships and over 1,000 settlers. He was certain there was gold waiting to be mined.
Do you remember where he said that 90% of people in America got wiped out? April? April.
Oh, I gotta mute myself. Okay. Yeah, I heard you.
Do you remember where he said that?
Yeah.
Well, did you just hear what the report said?
Go back. My mom was.
He said 90% of people got wiped out in the Keenan and the
Tomatoes, chocolate, corn, and tobacco. The Americas got horses, pigs, wheat, and smallpox. By the 1500s, diseases had wiped out up to 90% of indigenous peoples in the Caribbean. And rumor has it Europe may have gotten syphilis.
90% of people got wiped out in the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Not America. And then he said the Europeans got syphilis from it too. So yes, it spread it, but how he was saying is like they personally went to these people and had a disease and said, hey, yeah, boom. Come on, bro.
In return. So technically everyone got something, just not what they wanted. In 1494, Columbus returned on his second voyage, this time with 17 ships and over 1,000 settlers. He was certain there was gold waiting to be mined. Spoiler, there wasn't. Hispaniola today's Haiti and the Dominican Republic, but had only small traces of gold. But Columbus had promised the Spanish crown mountains of treasure, so he forced the Taino to pay a gold tax. Every adult had to bring a hawk's bell full of gold.
Now, yes, this is what we call trickery. This is not cool. This is where I will agree if you would have brought up like, yeah, they had them stealing, they had them burying for gold. That's stealing land. That's stealing. Yeah, I would give you that. 100%. This is stealing. This is taking advantage of a trade or what they would call a slave trade.
Dust every few months. If they failed, they were punished, sometimes by mutilation or death. Columbus had no noble background, so he always felt he had to prove himself. When colonists questioned his authority or refused orders, he saw it as a threat to his reputation and power. He used brutal measures like flogging or hanging dissenters to remind them he was in charge. The Spanish crown wanted results, gold, land, and order. Before sugar plantations, the Caribbean in the New World had little to no value. Columbus, feeling this pressure, often took it out on both indigenous people and settlers in a desperate attempt to control the narrative and keep power. By 1495, the colony was falling apart. There wasn't enough food, settlers rebelled, and Columbus ruled with an iron fist. Executing men helped with rationing food shortage. He jailed and flogged his own men, executed rebels, and enslaved hundreds of Taino people, shipping them back to Spain in 1495 and 1496 as replacements for gold, where they didn't last for more than a year or two. Reports of cruelty piled up. By 1499, Spain had enough. They sent Francisco de Bobadilla to investigate. When Bobadilla arrived in 1500, Columbus chained him and shipped him back to Spain, accused of brutality, corruption, and misrule. He spent a short time in custody, but Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand quickly ordered his release. He was freed within a few weeks and granted an audience with the monarchs, who treated him with some sympathy. However, although he was released, he lost much of his power and titles, and he was never restored as governor of the Indies. Now
this is, and another thing I'm trying to get people to understand, this is Spain. This ain't the Europeans. This ain't the white folks. It's a whole nother country. Okay, this is another thing. Like, Christopher Columbus didn't have nothing to do with the 13 colony establishment of America. You know, like, no. Now, when you talk about wiping out those people, did he wipe out those people? Yeah, he wiped out those people.
So 90% wasn't killed. 90% was killed from diseases.
Yeah, his argument is that they did it on purpose, though. Like, they intentionally got sick. Well, let me rephrase it so I don't say it out of context. He got sick and found out that they can use that to their advantage and then spread the disease amongst the indigenous people of the land, and they got sick.
Okay. So he was, like you said, he was right about the 90% being killed, just not killed brutally, killed by diseases.
What I'm saying is that 90% happened, but for what? It didn't happen in America. Two, bro, they didn't purposely, like, hey, I just put a touch it, bro. That's hella.
But Michael, did you look up in specific? Did 90% of the Americans was 90% of the Americans wiped out?
Yeah.
Spain.
Nobody back back then. Nobody knew how to control disease. Hold on, y'all. You wasn't controlling diseases back then. That wasn't controllable. You know what I'm saying? It sounds nice. It sounds very, like, but in them times it was not. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the damn, what year? 1700s? No, I'm sorry, the 1400s. So yeah, a very, very, very long time, the 1400s. Okay, when he did the sick and disease. I'm trying to get a date. Just trying to get a date. Just trying to get a date. Give me a date. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, this all around the 1400s. 1492. So 1492. America was discovered in what year?
Sorry. Um, you looking it up? What?
America was America was discovered in what year? America was discovered in what year?
Pluto was discovered in 1930. Clyde Tombaugh, an
Stop.
American astronomer.
I said America was discovered in what year? America. America was discovered in what year?
If you're referring to the date of Columbus's arrival in the Americas, that occurred in 1492. However, it's important to remember that indigenous people were already living there. Are you interested in learning more about that time period?
What year was America established?
The United States of America was established in 1776 when the
Ooh, that's see, that's the difference of discovering land and then saying, okay, when was America actually established? When was we like, okay, this is officially America, this is American, and we gonna run on the no, that in 14, 14, 1492 versus 1776. That's a big gap. It's a long gap. Those are that's a long time of establishments of people of power and took over and developing what America should be turned into. Now, if we go back to what we were talking about yesterday, far as what we think about America and America's laws and rules and stuff, is America good or bad? America started off with good intentions, with bad people in place. I can say stuff like that. That's almost everywhere we look in the world.
Mm-hmm.
People had good intentions when they started off. Hey, I want to do something to help out real quick and stuff like that. But all of a sudden now that I'm up here and I'm doing what I'm doing, we are what? We are having a damn, I just lost my train of thought. No, but when it comes, like I said, when it comes to different from the 40s, the 1400s to the 1700s, different powers, different people. George Washington, he actually had president. The wrongest of the Civil War. But yet again, We're talking about land of the discovery. We're talking about richest land: Spain, Colombia, the United Kingdoms. Um, I think Pakistan was established back then too, and stuff like that. Where are you? Why are you looking like that in the car, homie?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just waiting to pick my kids up.
How much you remember about Christopher Columbus and discovering America?
I don't remember too much.
You don't remember too.
Besides of conflicting stories on both sides.
Can you name some of the conflicting stories that you remember?
Yeah. One is he didn't discover it. He stole it. He took it from people that was already here. And two, he discovered it in 1732. I think he crossed the ocean blue or something like that. I don't know.
Sir, in
Yeah,
1492.
1492. There it is. Something with a
Yeah,
two. He crossed the ocean blue. Something like that.
and ocean. Oh no, when he did that, that was. Let me see if I can pull that up. Hold on. That was in 1453.
Okay. Oh, I could. I must be wrong then.
And a lot of us get those dates mixed up when we thinking that, you know what I'm saying, Christopher Columbus discovered, you know what I'm saying, lands or stole it, or however you want to look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Conquering, taking over land that wasn't his, because yet again they were trying to look for new land that wasn't um held by people that were strong enough to hold the land. Is been happening. It just amazes to me that stuff like this has been happening way before Christopher Columbus did it. Right before Christopher Columbus. Like, there's other wars that happen where people try to take over land. Wars happen in Africa. Warpings happens in Spain. Wars happen in Asia. Wars happen in Russia and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it amazes me that, you know what I'm saying, we stop at Christopher Columbus because the Columbus scored America. But yet again, if that never would have happened, would nobody say that slavery would ever be taken away, because slavery would still be going strong. Because in them times, 1776 and 1459 and 14, slavery was going on,
Yeah.
right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so it's like I think I look at those names like, oh, those white folks stole us from Africa and brought us to America. I'm like, okay, but that was legal. They did something legal. You're mad that people did something legal at a time. Send me your invite, cause I'm right. You was. Do y'all? I'm not sending your invite because yet again the back and forth, and then you're gonna go so far fetched. We trying to stick on certain topics
Trying to get
that I'm
on.
going through. Seven, because he's trying to get in here talking about. Um,
Oh, of course, Seven will try to get in on this.
oh yeah, you know.
Oh
Yeah, of
no,
course. Of course, Seven will want to.
no, bring his black ass in here.
He gonna start talking about white people being made up in factories and whatnot.
He wanna argue.
But I don't want to argue. This is not an argument. This is like Come on, this is like understanding the times and what it is, and not saying that all his things that he's saying was wrong. I ain't say everything that he said was wrong. Never did I
Right.
say that. I just said
Right.
certain things that he said is far fetched.
Yeah.
You
Like
so
you
oh, we
you're
talking about
spreading your falsehood amongst people. Like, okay, I get it that bad people seen an opportunity and took advantage of. Okay, we get that. We acknowledge that happened.
Amen.
But yet again, he won't acknowledge that slavery was probably like, okay, slavery happened, right? But was slavery legal at the time? Was slavery
Yeah.
legal?
Yeah.
And was they doing it in 163 other countries at the time? Yes. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Is like, if we can get a common ground, if you're gonna come on here and get a common ground, I'll send the invite. But if you just gonna think like I'm right, I'm always right, I got you, I'm always gonna win the debate, I like no. You can stay in the comments, and I highly appreciate it. And tomorrow I'll bring you up here to debate, but not today. I don't.
I don't got the energy today.
Nah. I kind of want to go through these topics, these subjects. Boom. You know, we did the Christopher Columbus one. And then I was finna actually go back and do the Jamaican one too. Because a lot of people want to tie Jamaica into like they're Americans. Like, stop playing. When you're taking a whole different culture, people that come from somewhere totally different, and giving them the same background as us and what you've been through going through here in America. And I was like, that's nah, nah,
That's crazy.
nah, nah, nah. That's crazy to me. And not only is that crazy to me, you got Jamaicans going on social media and literally will be talking down upon Americans. And I don't mean the white man when I'm talking about the Americans. I'm talking about the black people. They talk down upon us. Oh, yes, man. Don't come back to the land, you filthy, loud son of a booty shaking. Drink all of my rum, drink all of my Hennessy up, smoke all of my weed. That's all you do is smoke all of my weed. No, for real. Yeah, if y'all know the last little hurricane that touched Jamaica was a bad one, and so people was
Yeah.
already vacationing there and stuff like that. So it was a lot of back and forth amongst people there because they were like, hey, you know what I'm saying, I didn't have a good time, or my room was flooded and you should give me a discount. It's like, yo, you knew the flood, but you knew this hurricane was coming, just like I knew this hurricane was coming, and you still came and thought you was gonna have a good time doing a hurricane type shit. It's like, it's ridiculous. And what I be arguing is when you have a background that's from another country, and I will argue this with almost anybody. Yes, when your background is outside of American heritage, no, I would not give you the stripes and stars that the same hoodlums of these black folks here in America. I'm just no. If you're from Jamaica, you're Jamaica. Not you're a black man, I'm a black man. No, you're a Jamaican black man, and I'm an American. We're different. African, you're different.
Got different
Uh,
cultures.
South America, you're different. Hades, we're different. We're all different. And so, just to lightly go into this beautiful breakdown real quick of letting us know how they're different and where they come from and what separates them from the American heritage for a person like Kamala Harris and a person like Barack Obama, which people had grew up different heritage than us.
Hey, Kaori.
Or, as the English like to call it, Jamaica. Jamaica means land of wood and water. Taino farmed cassava, fished, and invented hammocks. Jamaica is a Caribbean island nation located in the Greater Antilles and the third largest island in the Caribbean after Cuba and Hispaniola, just south of Cuba and west of Hispaniola. In 1494, Columbus claimed Jamaica for Spain, but the island had no gold. The Spanish shrugged and settled for enslaving people instead. Disease and violence wiped out most of the Taínos within a generation. Between 1509 to 1655, the Spanish brought Africans to replace the dying Taíno population. Many escaped to the hills, forming maroon communities. From there, they raided plantations and built free villages in the mountains. Some early Africans
Already. I see. See, this is what makes them the same as Americans, y'all. Let me put this out there so people are like, oh, see, they're just like Americans. They came from Africa. They had their old people there. Christopher Columbus. Remember that 90% disease wipeout that we just learned that he like 90%? Hey, that's part of Jamaica over there. So they went to go get some Africans. They went to go get some Africans and put them on that land. Hey, let me put some people on this land, you know, grow out the, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously they had some, you know, they ain't know where to put them.
in Spanish Jamaica may have been black Moors from Iberia, but the majority were enslaved West Africans brought directly through the transatlantic trade. These early Africans helped form the roots of maroon communities once the Spanish lost control. The Spanish used cimarron to mean escaped enslaved Africans who fled into the mountains. Originally, it meant wild or untamed, applied to runaway livestock that went back into the hills. In the 1600s, French speakers shortened cimarron to marron, same meaning, runaway, wild. Since France and Spain were both all over the Caribbean, the term spread. The English borrowed it as maroon. In 1655, English invaded and kicked out the Spanish. They renamed the island Jamaica, meaning land of wood and water. The Maroons called it land where we keep embarrassing empires. Unlike some Caribbean islands renamed completely, like Hispaniola.
Jamaican is full of what? Where they keep embarrassing empires? So places where we conquer, where we feel like if we put them around our civilization, they might, you know what I'm saying, take over, you know, and they might, you know, whatever we feel like they may not do. And I ain't saying we because we wasn't around that time. That's just how Jamaica was formed. Full of people all over the world. But yet again, guess what they're not, guess what they don't have in Jamaica at all. Still at this point, nobody from America. Nobody from America. I'm just saying. You wonder where they get that American heritage from sometimes.
Or Puerto Rico, Jamaica kept its original Taino name. After the English seized Jamaica in 1655, they turned Port Royal into the busiest port in the Caribbean and the wildest. Merchants, pirates, and privateers drank, gambled, and fought in the streets. It was called the wickedest city on earth. Then, in 1692, the earth itself had enough. A massive earthquake struck, turning solid ground into quicksand. In minutes, 2/3 of Port Royal sank into the ocean. Over 2,000 people vanished beneath the waves. Port Royal went from wicked.
See, this is why we don't be dealing with them hurricanes out there. You know, we always talk about bad hurricane, bad weather, and stuff like that. You always got to be careful. You always got to watch and stuff like that. Y'all gotta be careful. Got to be more careful.
City on earth to the Caribbean's most exclusive underwater resort. Overnight. Between 1600 to 1700, sugar became the island's gold. Plantations spread like wildfire, fueled by the brutal labor of enslaved Africans. But resistance was constant. Poisonings, slowdowns, and sabotage. The British planters and the members of the militia were becoming more aggressive towards the Maroons. Some of the rebel slaves disappeared into the mountains and joined the Maroon communities. The Maroons were communities of Africans who escaped slavery during the Spanish and later British rule. They set up free villages deep in the mountains and forests of Jamaica. Think of them as freedom fighters with the best natural fortress, steep hills, dense bush, and hidden trails only they knew. They weren't just hiding, they were raiding plantations, freeing other enslaved people and making life difficult for colonial authorities. Basically, they were living proof that slavery could be resisted. As the Maroon population grew, the Jamaican government decided to defeat the Maroons once and for all. They were seen as a constant threat by the government. In 1728 to 1739/40, the Maroon War begins. The Maroons, led in the west by Cudjoe and in the east by Queen Nani, fought Britain
to keep the Colombians, keep the Europeans, keep the slave people out. Yet again, now we're in the 1700s. This is now we're around the time that America is starting to get established. You know what I'm saying? We're not even established. Remember 1776. But yet again, we got the 13 colonies. And yet again, we still not over there fucking with Jamaica. I just want people to remember this as we watch this. I know y'all be like, this is boring, but I just want y'all to remember in the back of your minds while you're watching this, because we're almost done. We, the American people, ain't fucking with Jamaica.
It's still educational. Let's have an ass on, Michael.
For over a decade, guerrilla warfare from the hills left redcoats dizzy and mosquito bitten. Britain thought they were.
Y'all be killing me trying to. When y'all get y'all own show, y'all run it how y'all want to run it.
Okay.
And I'll be a guest, and I can't say nothing.
You right? Let me shut up.
Y'all be killing me. And that go for you too, Jason. I had all of y'all in a group chat so where I can send one invite. Sometimes I get tired of sitting here and have to click around in the middle of my show. I'm all in the middle show, I'm getting my groove on, I'm doing my thing, and here y'all come. I highly appreciate you guys coming. You know I want you to stop through. But if I put y'all in a group chat, and that's what the group chat's for, so y'all get the invites to the show, let's leave it as a group chat. It's for the group chat, but y'all come to the show. And we wouldn't go through this. And y'all would get all the invites to all the shows. And y'all can choose if y'all want to come up here or not. Now I gotta stop what I'm doing. People want me to stop what I'm doing. That get irritating. I've been doing this too long. After a while, that kind of gets tiresome.
Definitely one of them that be interrupting the show. Like even if I leave out of the show, you know.
Huh?
I said I'm definitely one of them, but I get it.
I'm just keeping it real. Like, I don't know how everybody run their show differently. You know what I'm saying? Everybody run y'all show how y'all want. And I appreciate y'all running y'all shows how y'all appreciate. But after a while, some things I bet y'all get tired of doing. And I try to simplify things to help me out so I can explore other areas of talking about situations and stuff like that. But yet again, in the group chat, y'all took things too personal. And now y'all, you know what I'm saying? Whatever topic y'all see is interesting, y'all want to come up. And I get that. But when y'all had the opportunity to do that at free will, y'all took advantage of that. That's not my fault. I didn't do it. Y'all, Jason, you took yourself out the group chat. Yes or no? Yes, you did. Now, if I add you anywhere, I'm going to add you back in the group chat first. So therefore, I don't have to keep going through this. But don't flood the group chat full of people that drive people crazy, because you shouldn't be driving people crazy. I don't have time to keep trying to stop and click around, and then I lose my train of thought, or whatever, like right now I'm losing my whole train of thought just because y'all want to come into a show. That's crazy. If I had a person that was running my background, no problem. It'd be no freaking problem. Damn, see?
Bro, did you send me
He
an
didn't even need my
Johnny?
help.
I had to get an invite from Johnny, man. What's going on? I missed you.
Yet again, you didn't need my help.
I had to ask Johnny. Thank you,
Hey.
Johnny. I appreciate it. What's going on, man?
Why'd you remove yourself out the
Oh, wow, we can see you.
Who, me?
Yes, you. You don't look so gothic.
Oh.
You don't look like you in Batman's cave.
I got the window open, that's why.
Wow, you look like a real streamer.
Yup.
Yeah.
Got the window open and everything, man. What you
Right,
guys
yeah,
talking about?
Look like
Johnny,
you're breathing fresh. Say it again.
I said I asked Johnny why he removed himself out the group chat.
What happened?
I'm asking why did you remove out of the group chat?
Money? Why did you move yourself out of the group chat?
Who, me? What do you mean?
Yes, you.
Oh, you did send me an invite. What, a while ago?
Did you or did you not remove yourself out of the group chat?
What, a while ago, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
What was the question? Okay. All right, never mind. You want to say hi to Broly?
Rolly?
Yeah, Broly.
Broly.
It's my black
That's
cat.
what's up, Broly. You know what? What I want to do is unfortunately unless you're going to take over, I'm going to take a commercial break. Which one you going to do?
Okay.
Take over.
Take over? Okay.
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? Shout out to Johnny, at John After His Heart, on YouTube. Go check me out. Money Demon, spelled exactly the way you see on screen. I talk about politics. I'm a Satanic Temple member, and I worship Allah. Where's the comments, man? I want to see the comments. I noticed the comments don't pop up on stream. Hold on. I want to see what's his name? 7 comment. I know he hates me. Shout out to 7 Days. He talks about drag shows and how he likes participating in drag races. He likes dressing up as a woman. Who else I want to shout out? Shout out my boy Himpleton also. Bro, can I show shit on screen? I'm gonna just show crazy shit on stream. Hold on. Oh my god, I can.
Are you okay? Huh? Oh, Lord. Are you okay?
Yo, he funny.
Yeah, y'all crazy, bruh.
Get his ass up.
It's the champ is here.
7.
Huh? Let me say these couple of comments right quick before we please. Capiche, you should have sent me the invite, bro. You know I was right about the history.
Ain't nobody trying to debate you, bro. I was just teaching y'all about history that y'all didn't know. April, you have a beautiful smile. And Money Demon, stop lying all the time. You is a devil. You is a satanic worshiper. I don't dress up as no woman, bro. You did everything he say out of his mouth is a lie. And capiche, I was just teaching y'all history, bro. That's all. I was
Exactly.
right about the 90% died of smallpox. The Caribbeans is inside of Americas, right? Spain is inside of Europe. So I was just teaching y'all history. Ain't no over exaggeration, ain't no false stuff. I'm glad y'all watched the video for y'all can say, damn, this nigga was right. He knew this history. And it's not a personal attack. I'm just teaching y'all history. That's it, and that's all. So don't get all offended talking about I'm over exaggerating. Nah, that really happened. Money Demon. Stop saying whole shit about me, and I don't hate you. I'm just telling you the truth that you are a devil, satanic worshiper, which you admit. Everything I said
No, I
is
did not.
true. Everything I said is true. Y'all just can't handle the
Mm.
truth.
Ooh.
That's it. I never said Money Demon like to have sex with little kids. I never lied and said that. I say he's a satanic temple member, which is true, right? We could all agree that's true. Capiche, I told you about the history of America. That's true. How the indigenous people was there first, and these motherfuckers came over, taking over, killing. That was true. And April, you have a beautiful smile, which is
It's
also true.
You trying to fuck.
And I don't hate you, Money Demon. I was just telling people that you worship Satan, bruh.
If
That's
we get
Well,
off
it.
no,
subject, if
we
we get
friends.
off
We friends
topic like
behind the
that, I
scenes,
will have
man.
to come on, y'all.
And
Let's
Capiche, like I said, bruh, I'm not off subject.
let's
I was
clean
just
it
giving
up.
y'all examples of history. I was teaching y'all about history. That's it, and that's all. So for y'all to feel all butthurt
Okay,
talking
you
about I'm
say
lying,
okay. That's your third time saying it in a row. Let
yeah, but
somebody
that's
else
all I've
talk.
been saying the whole time.
Okay. Let somebody else talk. Money.
What? What happened?
all
I
funny.
was
Oh, Lord,
listening to you guys.
Yeah, but you came on here talking about some weird stuff that ain't true, bruh.
Man, you are so sensitive. I was just joking, man.
I
We're
know you that you
friends.
joking. We're not friends. I don't know you. I'm not your friend.
We are friends. We hang out all the time. Stop acting like we don't hang out in real life. Me and you hang out, cuddle, and watch horror movies.
I get it, bro. You know what? I would just accept you as a joke, and everything you say is funny.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah, because that's all you want to do is joke. I feel you. Nothing that you say is true, so I would just
Mhm.
laugh at you, bro. And
Okay.
Capiche, I was just teaching y'all history, bro. What's wrong with me teaching history to the people, bro?
What subject are we talking about? I
I
know you
was
want to talk
teaching
about a
about
subject
how
right now.
the white man, in which that is Spanish, is Europe. Spain is inside of Europe. All I was saying
Mhm.
is that they came over here and was killing, and that's not Christian.
That's true. I agree. Yeah.
Okay, so where am I over exaggerating that when I say that? What's false about what I said?
No, that's true. I agree.
But I
Okay, so if this white man right here can agree, why is the black man disagreeing?
because it's not true.
So you
How is it
watched the
not true?
video, they told you on the video, I told you, Money Demon told you, you still don't believe it.
Because yet again, it's not true.
I mean, we did that
Wow.
with the Native Americans. We did it with the Southern Americans. The French did it over in Africa. They did it everywhere.
Every country did it in everywhere. Yeah, I
That's
admit
not
it.
every country, brother. It's these white people doing that. The black people ain't
Oh,
doing that.
hold on a sec. It's not just white people.
Well, okay,
Uh,
okay, let's do this then.
Arabs have done it. Africans have done it. Asians have done it. Everyone fucking does it.
So
But it
which
is true that white people have done it. Yeah, I agree
okay.
with you
So
right
which
there.
okay, so let's do this. Let's take it simple then. Which country
Okay.
have Africa have taken over? I'm talking about Africa, the continent. Where have on the planet did they take over?
Internally, they
No,
have
no, I
their
said
own wars
besides
internally.
Africa. No, besides Africa, where have they
Oh,
went and traveled the world and took over?
right, right. Nowhere. That's
I don't know. They haven't been as technologically superior enough to overcome places
That's
like the
not true,
Middle
bro.
East and Europe.
They never did it, bro. They just never did it. Where have you seen that Mexicans took over any place in the world?
they
Where
ain't,
in history of the planet, where did Mexicans go to another country and take over?
they ain't big enough to take over.
Burn Live believes they're doing this in America.
So answer the
I
question,
believe
Or do
Murphy,
you
what?
for
not?
real, because
I'm just joking. I'm just
look,
joking.
at
If you
least
don't believe
okay,
that,
you
that's
joke a
fine.
I'm like,
lot and you
so
play a
how you
lot.
gonna throw me in something like that? What the fuck, bro?
No, I'm all right. My bad. I'm just joking. That was not
Yeah.
meant to be taken serious.
Yeah, he already said that. So when a person says something, you gotta believe him. He said everything he said is a joke. He just lying. He just, that's why I say he was the devil, right? Because you can't say nothing truthful out your
Okay,
mouth.
go back to the question though.
Yeah, go back to the question. Where have Mexico have taken over any country besides their own?
They ain't big enough to take over another country.
You can't name one, but you can name the French doing it, which is white people, Spain, which is
I
white
mean,
people.
they have overthrown the Spanish rule, but I mean the Spanish invaded them first, so I don't care.
Think about it, y'all. Just think for a second. If somebody, I told y'all this yesterday with April's garage. I said if somebody come into your garage and try to tell you to leave, of course you're gonna fight back. That's common sense. That's
Okay,
where
check this out. Now that
Yep.
everybody done
Yep.
talked and y'all fed a buster, y'all act like there ain't never been no time before these countries was ever discovered as Mexico and stuff like that, that there was a whole nother species there, and that yes, Mexicans finally came along or whatever they was called then and took over. Yes, that did happen. If you want to sit up here and ignore that, that's okay. I have no problem with that. But yet again, that happened. It happens in time. It happened so far back. Do I know the exact dates and all that good stuff? I really, really don't. But you cannot tell me that slavery back and then, discovering different lands and making it your own and finding different fruits and doing different stuff, been back since Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints of Jehovah Witnesses.
let me tell you this. It was different though, Capiche. Like when you talking
You
about
always want to throw it's different, but then why do they say that history repeats itself?
because I want to say this because it's different because it's a difference between like okay, me and Money Demon
Quit
beefing.
raising your hand and just talk, bro.
Look, no, because
I'm
he
not
being
gonna
polite.
interrupt them. I'm just
Yeah,
letting them
no,
know
I
I'm
respect that.
gonna
That's look,
respond.
I respect that. It's different. That's like kind of like Martin. Look, and I'm giving you examples. I'm not jumping off subject. I'm giving you
Just
examples.
talk. Come on, let's
Martin
go. I don't
Luther
have to
King and
decide.
Malcolm. And listen, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they're different, even though they was fighting for the same thing. So when you talking about how these colonized Spaniard people did it and how the African people, that's different. If me and you was beefing and I say, all right, you lose the war, y'all gotta work for us, it's different than how these white people did us. These niggas killed 90% of us off in the Caribbean, which is America, right? They raped and they killed and they murdered our people, raped our people, took us from our land, took us to another land.
Okay,
They
let
did
me
so much
interject real quick.
disrespectful shit to us. It's different between me and you fighting and me and you catching a friendly fade. It's different than a white man catching a friendly fade with you and lock you up and killing you. It's hella different.
Okay, let me interject. I think the problem of the way looking at this, like, yeah, it's bad, and I can agree, right? But the problem with the way I feel you're looking at it is that you're looking at it through the racialized lens.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I think it is true that what Europeans have done was uh, against other ethnicities and things like that, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh, while usually other atrocities committed by all other people, Asian,
Uh-huh.
Middle Eastern, African, Southern American, all that shit, they commit the same atrocities just
Uh-huh.
within their own close borders or whatever. Meanwhile, Europeans expanded farther out. And I feel like looking at it that way as white people are uniquely evil in that aspect, I think is silly because they all do the same thing just amongst themselves or whatever
Right.
because
So
it's closer.
no, I get what you're
Europeans just
saying.
expanded it more.
And I get what you're saying, bro, and I get
The
where y'all
fact of
coming
the
from.
matter is, the fact of the matter is, You can't just say one thing and then ignore the rest of the world, act like it didn't happen everywhere. You can't act like, okay, yeah, the white people slaved black people, but black people never slaved white people at all. Like that never ever happened. Like that never ever happened in history, point blank. Like black people never went out here and once upon a time and discovered land and discovered for themselves, for their people to grow. And yes, they ran across people they didn't like and had to fight. Like that's be hilarious to me when you're trying to say that didn't happen. Is it in the history books like it is today in time? No. But is it happened? Yes. You can go back to Africa, brothers, in our books of history of how their countries were discovered and developed. Bro, they had to fight for some of that.
You right.
All
Look,
that
and
stuff was
you right,
like,
and then y'all both right. But where the problem is and we are right when it comes down to a certain something, right? So what I'm saying, I'm not saying that y'all wrong. I'm just saying that when the white people did it, they did it at a racist. They did it from a racist point. They that's why they kidnapped the black people. They said that's why they did the Indians. They started racism. When Africans fought each other, it was for land, it was for food, it was for resources. These white people did it for racism. They the ones started racism. So that's why it's different. It's different from me and you fight because we just disagree. It's different than this person fight us because he hate us because we black. That's hella different.
Okay,
That's different
let
because
me
I
let me
fight
say
you because
something. Wait. Let me say something. Do you know anything about like the Armenian genocide or even the genocide that's going on over there in China with the Uyghur people or Israelis against the Palestinians? I mean, it's everywhere. It's not just uniquely white people that are doing it off of race. It's everyone does it off of it's just that race is a justification for the means that they want to do, and a lot of people hype themselves up and believe the racist ideologies like the
It's because
Nazis.
money. It's because that these white people did it at a so large of a scale, right? That to where you be like, damn, y'all not doing it because of resources.
They were
Like
technologically
so
advanced.
why did the Chinese do it?
they're doing it for other reasons besides I don't like you because your race.
So
Like
what is
right
the
now, the
yet
Chinese is
again? What
like
is the
right now.
reason
So
for the
here,
Chinese to do it?
wait. Let me put some perspective on it. Europeans were colonizing fucking everything but China or Asia because Asia was the only place as technologically advanced as Europeans at the time. It was only technological dominance that led
But
Europeans to
if
conquering.
we look at a country that's really trying to really globalize the world,
It's white people.
and that's up there, the number one ranked people that's trying to globalize the world, I'm going to
It's
put
white
China
people.
number one.
No, it's not. It's white. It was Hitler.
It was Hitler.
China ain't trying to take over the world. They never have. Hitler, white
They're
So
people
playing the
China
trying to
long
not
take
game,
over the
I'll be
world.
real.
White people is
They're
the
playing the
so
only
long
people
China
game.
trying to.
not buying up land all over the world and
It's
claiming
not.
that.
They're buying it. It's the difference between you buy. That's what I'm saying. It's different between you buy something and you steal and you kill for it. That's what makes you evil. China is buying the land in America, but they're not
Okay,
coming over here killing us
okay.
with
So do me a small favor.
what?
Since you say that, and you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to go into a deep one, but when you get a chance, find out what China is doing to the country of India.
That's different
Okay,
between doing it for racist purposes.
that's a
Here, wait. Also,
racist
the we look
purpose.
up look up the
If from
Uyghur.
your terminology, I don't mean to cut you out. I don't mean to cut you out, but from your terminology, from what you mean, when you go look that up, that falls up under that category of what they doing to India over there. Yes, that falls up under racist purpose.
So
When
y'all
you
just
go,
saying so what you trying to say is everybody's equally racist. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm saying like you keep pointing that finger at one people when there's other countries actually doing the same
So that's what I'm
thing.
saying. Everybody is doing the same thing. That's what you're saying. Everybody's racist. Everybody is trying to take over the world. Is that what you're trying to say?
Can you say that there's other
Technologically
countries right
advanced,
now
yeah.
that have more slavery going on in America? Like literally, like real slavery going on in America right now as we speak?
Yeah, next time.
Huh?
Say that one more time.
Can you say that there's other countries actually have real slavery going on in their countries more
Yeah,
than America
not more, but yes.
Right now?
right now?
Or like throughout history? What is your perspective in answering that?
Who? Oh, seven.
Perspective is when we talking about world history, right? Is different than when
Okay.
we talk. It's different than we talking about American history. Yesterday, we was
Let's
talking
talk
about.
about
No, watch this.
last 20 years
Watch
then.
this.
Who has more
Okay,
slavery?
but let me tell you. Yesterday we was talking about American history, right? So if y'all want to talk about world history, we'll have a different conversation. But if you talk about America, they was the white men that enslaved everybody. That's true. But if y'all want to talk about world history, which is a different subject, then we'll have a different conversation. But if you talking about America, this country, the Americas, so y'all just watch the video, it says how they came over here and start killing people.
That's not his question, bro.
No, I'm saying y'all ask me why
But
am
that's
I
not
saying what
his
I'm saying? It's
question.
because I'm talking about this one country. You see what I'm saying? But if y'all start mentioning China and Russia and
Okay, we
Israel,
talking
that's a
about this
different
country,
conversation.
but yet again, you can't even admit that other countries have slavery going on right
That's what
now
I'm
in
saying.
their
So
own
if you want to
country,
talk about other countries besides America, then yeah, other countries have slaves. Yeah,
going on right now as we speak.
yeah, they do. Yeah.
Okay,
So that's what I'm saying. I'm following the conversation. It's just when I'm talking about America, you going to another country. But we were talking about only America at first.
we was talking about everything. We went to all different countries. Everybody was talking about different countries.
No,
Spain
yesterday we
is
was
a
talking
different
about
country.
America. Yesterday,
Spain is a different country.
but we was talking about
Colombia
how
is a
they
different country.
yeah, but we was talking about how they came to America. America was the topic.
Okay, but yet again, without talking about America, you still got to talk about other countries.
Okay,
Like,
so that's a different conversation. So if you want to talk about the world history, let's talk
but
about
what
world
he said,
history.
he said talk about the last 20 years. And
Okay,
what
so
your
let's
question
talk about the
was?
last 20 years. Where do you want to
Okay,
talk about?
okay. What was your question?
Me?
Let's talk.
Yes.
Okay, so what countries have slavery going on right now? Because America isn't one of them.
Hmm. I would say America still have slavery going on
By what criteria?
by the criteria of the prison systems.
That's not slavery, bud.
Yeah, it says right that once you become a felon in America, they take away your rights.
Yeah. If
So that
you
means you go
commit
back
crimes,
into
yeah.
yeah, that means you go
Do you
back
think
into
criminals
slavery.
should have rights to say you fuck a child, right? And say you fuck a child and you're a convicted pedophile. Do you think that you should have the right to be around a school within 20 feet of a school?
If you did pedophilia to a kid, should you be around the school? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
can we clean up the
Well,
language,
yeah, okay.
Jason?
So what happened?
Can we clean up the language so I don't get penalized on YouTube?
Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. But I'm just pointing out the point. Like the schools or the not the school system, the prison system isn't slavery. This is rules and regulations around people that have already fucked up in society and they have limitations put on them. And I'm
Basically,
just
I just want to
using
ask this question. My follow-up question is why would you think it's okay to have criminals around you when you haven't committed a crime? When you do the right, you work hard, you do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? You not a mess up. You work hard, you raise your kid. Why do you want criminals and people that want to mess up your neighborhood to live next door to you? Seven.
I never said that. That's what I wanted. I never said that.
But that's
here.
that's
Let
like
me let me try.
that's what the jail is for, to keep
But what
those
I'm
type
saying,
of.
look, if you read the 13th Amendment, we talked about the amendments yesterday. If you read have you ever read the 13th Amendment? Y'all ever read the 13th Amendment? See, that's what I'm saying. I'm coming on here. I be teaching. I'm not trying to argue with y'all. I'm
You hear what is the
teaching.
13th Amendment?
Do anybody know before I get into it?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
So this is what we was dealing with yesterday, Money Demon. Could nobody just because we don't know this stuff, that don't mean what I'm saying it's not true.
Okay, I'm
Just
not
because
saying
y'all
that. I
don't
just
know
want
this.
you to. I'm
Nobody
not saying
never
that. I
said it
just
wasn't
want.
true, but hell, I
You
didn't
said
say
I was
that.
Wait. I just want to hear what
over-exaggerating.
the 13th Amendment is because he has a point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You said I was over-exaggerating and I'm making falsehoods. That was what you said. That's not true. I'm
I
not
was
lying
talking about
about
a
Okay,
none of
what's the
this.
specific
13th
subject
Amendment? What's the
yesterday.
13th Amendment?
Okay, so let me teach y'all about the 13th. I'm just teaching, right? The 13th Amendment, right? The 13th Amendment, right? I'm gonna read it to y'all. It's about abolishment of slavery. Okay. So it says
Okay.
abolishes of slavery, right? The 13th Amendment constitutes ratifying the 1865 abolishment of slavery and involuntary servitude, except, right? Listen to this, this is very important. Except a punishment of crime. So when they abolish slavery, right, or involuntary servitude, that's being a slave, if once you commit a crime, you go back into slavery. Read it to you. Read it yourselves.
I did
Okay.
not
I
say
don't think
nobody
that's a bad thing.
denied what you
I don't think
said.
that's a bad thing.
So what I'm saying is because you asked me earlier, you said America don't got slavery now. I said yes they do. I said they have it in the prison
Okay.
systems. That's what I just
You
said.
win off of semantics. You win
No,
off
I
of
just win
semantics,
because
but
I know this and y'all don't. That's how I'm winning.
you win off of semantics.
Bro,
Technically, if
nobody.
you want to call the prison system slavery, then fine. But
No,
that's
that's no
different from the
money.
slavery that we are
Money. That's
commonly
what I
referring
didn't
to.
make this up, and I told y'all yesterday. I'm not making this up. This is what the government made up. I didn't make this up.
Okay, but you're missing the point. You're only right off of semantics, but you know intuitively that what we're talking about is what's culturally defined as slavery,
Oh.
forced labor of uh people not deserving of forced labor. We're not talking about the prison system, obviously, and you know
Oh,
that.
so I'm going off of what the government said. You going off of what?
You're going off of semantics. That you know
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm
You
going
can't
off
be
what
like,
the
oh, you do have slavery. Well, then every fucking country has slavery. Every
No,
country in the
every
world has
country has
slavery.
different laws. This is American law. This is the
Boy,
13th
every
Amendment.
country got prisons
It's-
damn near, except for small
Every
little.
country has different laws. This is American law. This is what American wrote. They said
So
you
there's
guys
not
are
prison
slaves
yet.
until y'all is punished as a crime. Pull it up on the internet for everybody to see. I ain't making this up. And this is not an over exaggeration. I didn't write
Nobody
this,
said
no,
y'all.
that
I'm
you
saying you're wrong about the definition.
right.
We're
That's
just
what I keep
saying.
trying to say. Like, bro, like if you
I know, but
listen,
but
or
Capiche, you
something.
kept saying I was over
We're
exaggerating.
talking about a whole nother subject. Come on, bro. That's why I don't like dealing with because y'all. That's yesterday. That was one specific
I know,
subject.
but
We're
today
talking
you was
about.
talking about me yesterday. You was talking about me today.
I was talking about a specific subject.
I get you, but you was talking about me
I was
about
talking
yesterday.
about a specific subject.
About me though, right?
About a specific
April, was he talking
about
about me
a
today?
specific subject.
April, did he mention my name multiple times today?
On a
No,
specific subject.
A pretty smile. There go that smile again. There go that smile again.
I didn't put me up.
Damn it. Well, once I'm so listen, I'm not trying to listen. I'm not trying to get at y'all disrespectfully. All I'm saying is I'm telling y'all the truth, bro, and I'm telling y'all history.
It's amazing how you beating around the bush, bro. It's just
What you want to ask me,
amazing.
bro? I
You
ain't
are
beating around no
so
bush.
amazing how you beat around a question. This is why I
What's your
didn't want to
question,
do
bro?
this in the first place.
I'm
Right
just
here. This is
teaching,
the
bro. If you don't,
whole entire point right here of what I'm be trying to say. It's like, bro, I didn't have time for it.
oh, you
Right
just don't
here.
want to
This
learn.
is
You
right
just want
here,
to
right
run your
here,
mouth.
right
You
here.
just say you just want to run your mouth. You don't want to learn nothing for real.
You didn't teach nothing nobody
I just
knew.
taught you about the 13th Amendment right now.
Bro, shut up.
No, you need to shut up, nigga, because you don't know shit. You niggas
You
is
don't
dumb
know
up here.
nothing.
You dumb,
You
bro. You
were all
dumb
you
than a
were. Like I said,
motherfucker. You
this
a
is
dumb
where I be
ass
talking
nigga.
about the
You
black
don't know
supremacists.
shit.
That's
You a
all you
white
worried
man
about is
lover,
black
bro. You a
supremacists and your
money
black
demon
people
lover.
and
You a
stuff
dick
like that.
sucker.
And that
Fuck
stuff
yeah.
is crazy. And I don't have time for it today. We
Okay,
could have
I don't
did
give
this
a fuck what you
yesterday.
hoe ass
And that's
niggas got
messed
time
up.
for.
And what?
I don't give a fuck what you got time for.
And see, that's what I'm
Bro
saying.
is
Stuff like that. Ignorance.
Bro,
Ignorance.
it's so
Black
funny,
people.
bro. Here, bring him back on. Bring him back on. He's just funny, man. He's entertaining.
I don't have time for that today.
Bro, you got to treat him as a lolcow. That's what he is.
I don't have time. What part of that? That's what I'm saying. Y'all have your own platforms
Yeah, I
to
got
where
you.
y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, how y'all want to do it. Right? And that's all I'm saying. Y'all have your own platform, and y'all can run it, do it, whatever. But y'all don't run it like this over there on y'all platform. Y'all try to be very professional on y'all platform. But when y'all come over here, y'all either want to be ratchet or you want to be whatever the heck you want to be. Dude, like y'all don't do that stuff on y'all platforms. Why? And when I come to y'all platforms, I'm not disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I go along like, damn, how hard is it?
I got you.
I feel you, know.
I know. I'm pretty crazy on my platform. Also, I feel like I'm more crazy on mine.
I don't know. I mean, I don't however y'all talk on y'all platforms, how y'all talk on platforms.
You don't
But
watch my streams, man? I watch your streams.
you don't share your streams to me.
Oh.
Yeah, like hell, like send a link. It's pretty easy. The
So that's
dedication
what
I
the
put into,
for.
huh?
I said that's what the group
That,
chat. That's what the
yeah,
group
I
chat.
mean that's another thing. You actually put the show in the chat. He'll put the link, but he don't put the show in there. It just amazes it amazes me that the freedom that we have and like the conversation we just trying to have I'm just be trying to have a civil, decent conversation. Yeah, you get your whole everything, but yeah, when you talk crazy, when it gets crazy out of hand, yeah, I gotta cut over and stop. I have to, because I'm the host. Like this stuff is getting crazy. You want to bring up your exaggeration? That was a whole conversation, a specific conversation about Christopher Columbus, which the video was talking about something totally different than what we're talking about right now. A simple, yeah, okay, yeah, let's move on. Let's talk about this. I can. It's the grudge and it's like I gotta hold on to everything. Like everything he said hurts me. Like good God Almighty, I know people ain't that damn sensitive.
True.
And yes, you know what I'm saying? Even money demon, you get discredited sometimes. It makes it hard for y'all to debate each other or get a debate started between y'all because then it's the awkward shots back at each other. You say the most outlandish things, it's like, what the hell? Like, come on, bro. Then, then when y'all do get the debate, we can't even get a base of a discussion to make a debate on. You want to debate?
Yeah.
He want to prove one thing. You want to prove one thing. Let's go at it. Let's have a decent conversation.
Can I say one thing? I would debate him, but the things he wants to debate about is like, are white people the devil? And it's like you can't debate that, you know? All right, you're gonna think that I'm either lying or whatever. All right, man. You could believe that, but
But let's
Don't act like I'm running from debates, you know?
we're in the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Like let's get past the racism. Let's get past the slavery. We're in a time now that shit. Everybody is welcome into any community now. It's not separated from white, black. You know what I'm saying? Even though racism still happens, but anybody is limited to be anywhere they want to be. It's all up on you. If you want to choose to be in the standard of, oh, I want to be amongst my peoples, and no matter how rich I get, I'm always gonna be amongst my peoples. Well, that's you. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want to shoot for the stars or go to people preference on how they want to live their life for themselves, and how they want to live their life for their kids and all of that ain't got nothing to do with him. Seven is definitely stuck in the early 1400s. We're not in slavery no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. I don't know, but whatever.
It's like I said, it amazes me that when I try my best to have different subjects about different things, and unfortunately it always come back to the black and white thing that get tiresome sometimes. Even the debates that I go in and I go watch, and I be like, they're debating Democrat versus Republican, and then they're going back and forth, and then it always go into the black and white, and I be like, oh my god, the topic be on something specific, but yet again it goes to the black and white card, and I'm like, man, we're just like, oh my god, just like, oh my god. And I don't need, you see, I'm stuck because like the black and white card one day is gonna have to stop. Or yes, you're gonna be sure indeed you're gonna have another civil war. Go
Do you
ahead, Jason.
remember
Talk.
do you remember that Gene ad? Uh
Yes,
Bro, that was way too big of a conversation than what it needed to be. The one girl with the blue eyes thing talking about her jeans or whatever.
I
People
just
were
thought it
talking
was
about that
funny.
shit for way too long.
But yet again, that was just me having fun. Yes, I was making fun of a situation that was being blown out of proportion. Yes, there are subjects that happens in social media that is blown out of proportion. I think people getting half food stamps is getting blown out of proportion.
Lord, but Trump
Um,
they're proving us though. They
do
ain't
you
not for
so
long.
have you heard anything about some checks finna get signed or sent out or something?
No.
Didn't they just use the reserve funds to pay out SNAP?
Partial funds, something like that, yeah.
No,
But
full
my
funds,
resources, huh?
full benefits. They're paying off the full benefits because Trump tried to stop it, but if I already knew it wasn't going to happen, because at the end of the day, what the fuck does y'all trying to make a decision on what the fuck y'all want to do got to do with the American people and these kids eating for the ones that can't feed their family? We get it.
Because yet
You
again,
know what I'm saying?
we're talking about government funded funds,
Right,
and
Michael?
what
It's coming.
let me finish. Let me finish. And
It's
what
coming.
they're trying to say is, yet again, if this is true, take it how you want to take it. But instead of giving you the full funds now in November and can't give you nothing in December, because that's their argument, we rather give you half now and then half in December, just in case the government is still shut down.
That's what they said.
Yes, that is their argument.
Oh,
Now,
okay. Yeah,
if you
no.
can believe that, you can believe that. If you don't, you don't. But yet again, if that is a possibility that this can prolong on into December, and you're trying to tell me that there's not enough funds to go around or whatever, ever, and they can give you partial something in December, would you rather get a partial something in December than nothing? You rather get it all
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. Because at the end of
Oh,
the day, it's still money coming in. So, I mean, it's not
but
like
yet
we really.
again, open up the government and do whatever the heck y'all need to do. I'm just getting a title report that's talking about, I don't even know, I haven't read it. It just dropped 32 minutes ago. I'm watch it and probably save it for tomorrow's show. But I was just that's why I asked it, has anybody or can I see it on the news? Before I jump permit salons.
They're just trying to figure out what day they want to start sending it out. But if it prolonged over, shit.
Yeah, I got a vote scheduling. Like they sending in vote scheduling Sunday session about scheduling.
I still got a backup plan. That's why you always got to have a backup plan because the government is a motherfucker. They always want to put the people in what they got going on. I don't be knowing what the fuck shit everybody got to do with it, but that's y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? But whatever though.
I mean, this is ours. This is our money.
I know.
This is what we paid into. We shouldn't be having to go into this. You know what I'm saying? And
I know that's what I said.
And what's crazy is both sides can agree that people up there in a place shouldn't be getting paid right now.
And you gotta think these are still like these are people with kids and they still working like, you know, working people. You know what I'm saying? And they still need their little extra boost, just the extra boost. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But I mean, it was stress. I'm not gonna stress over it. I mean, if it comes, it comes. If it don't, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I can put that cash down on it and that's, you know, do whatever I need to do. But man, that's why I just need a better job. Once I get a better job, it's a wrap. Fuck the system. Fuck that government shit. They can sit where they fucking stand.
So California is voting about new Congress maps.
Prop 50.
Yeah. You think they go pass?
Can y'all read
That's
that?
not answering my question, though. I don't know what the heck
What was
that's
the question?
supposed to mean.
No,
think it's gonna
I'm
pass?
from California.
What does
Get
that
off of
supposed to
me.
mean
Fuck.
with me asking? What does that mean with my question?
What was the question? My bad. My bad.
What did that tattoo have to do with my question? May I ask?
I didn't hear the question. I was just, we're talking about California. Hey, I'm from California. What was the question, man? Guy, I didn't pay attention to the question.
Shit. You think
I was
it's
just
gonna
looking
pass?
at my phone. I was just looking at my phone.
So is it okay? I'm finna change the whole subject. Is it really hard to hear while you looking at something else?
I got jobs to apply to,
This
man.
is for the whole entire panel.
Unemployment is kicking my ass. I get a job, man.
You said unemployment is kicking your ass? You're not.
What was the question, man? I was just trying to let you know. I was paying attention to something.
Okay, you know what? I'm done. Yeah. I'll do this tomorrow. Yeah, I literally I got a headache. My head is like
Okay.
Michael.
until next time, Burn Live. This has been a wow. Good one.
Yeah, this
see
was...
see y'all tomorrow. We out. Peace.